It's a codpiece podcast. Check out mine. Boyson's is all Lego. Welcome everyone to What a Load of Dribble podcast. It's a football podcast. Like, share, and subscribe now before we get into the video. Joining us, as always, is Boyson from Boycie
Hello there.
Bits. Hello.
And today we're going to be looking at the results from the Champions League as well as the results from the Premiership and looking at some of the predictions for the weekend.
Yes. Young Boys, is it Bern? Is it Young Boys Bern? Their stadium is Wankdorf Stadium. Oh my God.
No.
How have we not clicked? Look.
It's not.
Oh, it's back to front.
Fuck off, man. That's not their stadium.
We lost to the Young Boys at Wankdorf Stadium.
No, I'm not having that. It can't be.
That's brilliant. Fucking Wankdorf.
No. It's Wankdorf. No, man. It says it here, Wankdorf Stadium.
And do you know who got Wankdorf? Man United.
Man United got Wankdorfed.
What a name. Oh my God. That's cheered me up a bit. What a name.
So what we're saying is, come on the Young Boys at the Wankdorf Man United. I don't know how I can fit this in. There must be a way I can fit this all in.
Got Wankdorf by the Young Boys. Wankdorf by the Young, something like that. Oh dear. What a name for a stadium.
Oh.
That's hilarious. Yes, so 2-1 loss to, I was going to say, to Wankdorf. It sounds like a Harry Potter character, doesn't it? Wankdorf. Yes, lost 2-1 to Young Boys. So first sort of half an hour, 35 minutes, United looked to be on top. Wan-Bissaka makes a horrendous tackle, gets sent off, which is fair enough in their half. So it's a strange one because you're like, well, even if he gets past you and scores, the amount of firepower that United have, you're probably going to get another goal. So down to 10 men, half time, a couple of substitutions are made. Van der Beek comes off. Obviously, Delo was brought on in the first half. Sancho came off, and eventually Ronaldo came off, and Lingard came on. That made sense because Lingard's very good off the ball. He's usually very good on the ball, but he wasn't in this game.
I mean, do you know what? I flicked over. Can I just say I flicked over, and straight away Ronaldo goal 1-0. Yeah. That's the point that I flicked over to it, and I thought, oh, here we go again. Yes,
so it was set up to be what everyone thought it was going to be, and it just sort of fell apart a bit. Went to 5 at the back to defend and see it off. It was a hard game to watch as a United fan. It was a very well put together and organised attack from Young Boys when United went down to 10, especially in the second half.
At Wankdorf.
Ollie got Wankdorfed. That name is brilliant. Hopefully Chelsea United get to play them again next year in the Champions League as well. So, and obviously the second mistake being Lingard's pass back to, Lingard's set up to their striker. Great pass. If that was the other way around, that would have been a great pass.
That's when I turned it over as well. That's when I saw it was 1-1 on the old app.
Yeah.
And I turned it over. And as I turned it over, I just thought to myself, what did I just see? I wasn't quite sure. I was like waiting for the replay just to sort of see what happened. I was like, no. And I know I made a joke about the Young Boys sort of taking, kind of beating you sort of.
Yes.
Kind of the last video. But I mean, don't get me wrong, you got a red card, but still that pass, it should never have been, No,
that was in extra time as well. So it's like, okay, then it's going to be 1-1 and then it's heard. I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't a fun watch for me, but it's the first game in a group stage. The other two teams drew, and Villarreal knocked us out last year, but we can beat the other two teams. So I'm not particularly fussed about that. Good win for Young Boys, puts them in good stead. If they can manage to scrape together another couple of wins, they might get through. If they get sort of 9 or 10 points, good on them. They beat the team that no one thought they were going to beat in the group stage.
You know what? Even a draw would have been a victory to them, to be honest with you. Even if it ended 1-1, I think that still would have been a victory to them.
Yeah.
To get the win.
It's exactly what happened, really. I mean, it fell apart from the moment of the red card. It's just at that point. I mean, what that does tell me is United haven't really prepared for a situation where they go down to 10 men. because we went down to 10 men. Eventually, that turned into a 5 at the back with the wingers running forwards. You're going to save Fernandes, you're going to save Ronaldo at that point because they're your best players. Why are you keeping on the pitch to make really, runs where they might get brought down? It's not worth it. But not good enough. Definitely not good enough. Not good enough for Wan-Bissaka, who's very good. I mean, his speciality is one-on-one defending, one-on-one tackling. When that's your speciality, you're going to get red cards now and again. It was clearly it's like a bad first touch, and that which leading to a really bad tackle. And then obviously Lingard is probably beating himself up so much about that at the moment. And it's not worth it. Lingard's a fantastic player. He's just done something very stupid and sort of switched off. He's running back through the lines of the United defence and then passes it to their striker.
Yeah, I was a bit flabbergasted by that, but yeah.
Yeah,
it gave me a chuckle. It gave me a chuckle as well.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, it's something that shouldn't happen, and then when something that shouldn't happen happens, it's a laugh. I mean, it's like
Palace beating Tottenham,
like Palace beating Tottenham, or just like Arsenal in general this season. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, Arsenal's still a big, as a club, they're still a big club. It's just ridiculous that's happened. You got to take those chances to laugh at it. It's what football's about. It's about enjoying the good moments and taking the piss when bad things are happening to your rivals.
Listen, I'm sure I'll get it at some point. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure I'm going to get it at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so Chelsea game.
Now, I have to say, I thought it was going to be a little easier than that, but Zenit St Petersburg actually seemed to be quite a tough team, and they parked the bus.
Yeah.
And at times it was terrifying as well because they'd have these random breaks from nowhere. And they would just be suddenly at our side. I mean, one of the shots went wide. I couldn't tell you the player's name, but it went wide. They had some pace, they had some talent, they had some skill. It wasn't an easy as game as in my head. I was thinking we're gonna wipe this team. It's at the Bridge. Who are they? We're the champions. Do you know what I mean? And I even thought to myself at the beginning of the game, I thought we better win this game. They spent about an hour just giving out awards to the Chelsea players as Player of the Year and Goalkeeper of the Year and something else. And it's just all these awards have been given. And I'm kind of thinking, how's this? I'm thinking you're just about to have your first game in the Champions League and your head needs to be in the game and you're all flapping around giving awards. And I'm thinking to myself, what sort of shit is this? But anyway, onto the game. I mean, like I said, they were tough. And the goal finally, it came. It was very welcomed. Again, Lukaku.
Job done.
Azpilicueta got the assist for it.
Nice.
They didn't start with, is it Saul? I keep forgetting his name.
Oh, Saul Niguez. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't start with him. And do you know what? Tuchel was sort of talking about how it's not that he's not good enough. It's just that there's other people that are fired up and ready and primed already and, ready to just step into the game where Saul, obviously, he came into a tough game with Villa, didn't quite find his feet, didn't quite produce, if anything, caused us problems in the midfield. And I kind of feel like it was just a good all-round performance. It was very much Chelsea. I'm pretty sure if I look at the, as far as possession, we had 66%. Again, we had more shots. I mean, not loads because they were defending so hard. It was difficult to break them down, but we finally got the goal, which was, I think it was deserved, definitely deserved. 69th minute.
Nice.
Wanked off 69. I don't know what else going on, but happy days. I mean, I think our next game's Juventus, but we'll kind of talk about that at a later stage anyway. Because I think they won the game 3-0. So,
yes, they did.
So they'll be topping the table at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
No. It was, what? It was a good professional performance by Chelsea, I thought.
That's what you want to see.
It was just hard breaking down. Do you know what I mean? It was just hard breaking down the other team. So
it's the Champions League. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff online about people saying, especially with Ollie with the tactics and stuff. I think at the end of the day, if you get a player sent off and then another player makes a mistake. But the point being that the Champions League is full of really tough teams, even when they're teams you expect both Chelsea United to walk over, and they should. They're going to be tough. They are going to be tough. And we're used to tough, smaller teams because we come from the Premier League. So we're used to seeing out a tough opposition that we should beat 1-0, and that's a good result. So job done as far as Chelsea concerned. They went there, got the win. Well, they didn't go there; they were at home, but they got the win.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Zenit St Petersburg, they had their chances, and it could have changed. The game could have been very different. But do you know what? Super Mendy, I will say that he really
Mendy's
did
been
do another
class this season.
Another masterclass of keeping, I would say. Pleased we got the win. First game, happy days.
Yeah, Mendy's class. I mean, I saw him in the Premier League match and the saves that he was making in that game. He's on fire at the moment. Definitely. I'd definitely say so far best keeper in the league. So far, because I mean, just some of the stuff he's done.
And you know what? I think the other times we won Premiership and that, we had sort of like Peter Cech, or it's kind of like you guys with sort of Peter Schmeichel, and do you know what I mean? The days when you've got that really good keeper in goal, it does make a big difference.
The original David De Gea.
And another game I do want to just briefly mention. I mean, there's obviously a few results, but I just want to kind of give the Barcelona Bayern Munich game a mention. Bearing in mind it was actually played at the Nou Camp. I was going to say Bernabeu then, and I was thinking, no, that's Real Madrid. That's why my head was like thinking Nou Camp.
Spanish for Wankdorf.
3-0 Bayern Munich, man. Well, they went over there and Wankdorf them. Muller, Lewandowski got a couple of goals, and Muller got the first one. So I mean, not good for Barcelona, is it?
Interesting start to the Champions League. Again, I mean, it's one game in. There's so many more games to get.
Okay, can I just say something? No. Possession was kind of equal. Yes, I'm saying it. Bayern Munich had 17 shots with 7 on target. Barcelona had 5 with none on target, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just not the Barcelona we know, is it? Or new.
They're in the shit at the moment, aren't they? So and so are Real Madrid to an extent. So
okay.
Brilliant. So that's the Champions League roundup and the results there. Now we look towards the Premier League. So the Premier League at the weekend. I don't know if you want to start with Chelsea.
I don't. Chelsea game. I actually want to start with Palace and Tottenham.
Oh, right. Okay. 3-0.
Honestly, you know what? And you know what? I suppose with Spurs, it was another one where they got a man sent off. They got a man sent off. I mean, but I watched the last 5-10 minutes of the first half. I got home, put it on, and it looked like it was all Palace. Palace were looking really strong. Plus, listen, we spoke about it before. We're a football podcast and we haven't seen that much football. I watched some football. Do you know what I mean? And Palace were looking good. I thought, they're a bit more lively. It looked like they were going to. They nearly scored, literally in the dying minutes of the first half. And then I thought, anyway, me and the little guy were playing some games, doing some bits and pieces. And then sort of like look back and it's 3-0. And I thought, what the fuck? What happened?
They're sent off. Again,
you know what? It's interesting. It's interesting because is it Tanganga? Tanganga,
yeah.
And Zaha had a bit of a scuffle to be on, and I thought they both done. I almost thought they both could have got sent off there and then because one lashed out, the other one lashed out, but they were poking each other and all sorts.
There's a lot of posturing, wasn't it? It was a lot of posturing. Nothing was really happening.
But they both got.
He went to hug him. He put his arms around him. Like, okay.
But then obviously Tanganga, whatever his name is, he sort of like he ran off, done quite a mean tackle, and got a second yellow, and off he went. And then it just went from bad to worse after that. So 3-0 Palace. Well done. Yeah,
I mean it's one of those things. Again, going down to 10 men. You go down to 10 men in a team that's already coming out. Again, like you said in the last video. It's kind of a derby because Palace are they're sort of a London team. They're going to come at you. Tottenham are a big enough team where you want to take their scout. If you get an opportunity, they get a player sent off. You know that you've got fast attacking players. They're going to do, and their new player Edouard scored twice, didn't he?
Yes,
he came on and didn't he get the fastest goal? Was that this match or the last one? Didn't he come on and he scored within something and he broke a record? I'm pretty sure it was that game, actually.
Hang on a second. He'll tell me.
Good win.
Eduardo came on the 84th minute.
Yeah.
And he scored the 84th minute.
Yeah. That's it then. It's the record that he got. It was
may be the record. Yeah, he literally came on and scored.
Nice.
and then scored again in the injury time.
The problem or concern we've always had with Palace in the recent years is they've only really had one or two good players, but the addition of Edouard, that's quite scary, I suppose, because now you've got several threats up front to deal with. They've got some other really good players throughout the team. So good for Palace. Nice one. Well done.
I just want to mention, I'm just going to quickly breeze by. I kind of felt Man City were going to walk over Leicester. They didn't. It was just a 1-0 victory to City, but still an away win. Well done to them.
Yeah. What about the relegation battle?
Yeah, the relegation battle. Yeah. There's a 1-0. Arsenal got their goal. Does that make them on the same goal difference as Norwich now?
Something like that. They've scored less goals than Ronaldo has this season. And Ronaldo came into the second or third game of the season. Not even that. Yeah, nice. Third game of the season. So I'm just putting it out there.
Nice.
He scored and played less than Arsenal have.
Now, I think before we move over to you, let's kind of go to the Chelsea Villa game. Mm-hmm. It was a weird game, I have to say.
I know
Chelsea won 3-0, but I can't say 3-0 tells the story.
Okay.
I think my prediction for this game was actually 3-1 Chelsea. I thought we were going to go in there, potentially leak a goal, but generally boss it, get the 3 goals and smack it up. Villa potentially threw away opportunities. Mendy again.
Yes, this is I did see the highlights.
Again was a masterclass in goal, another masterclass in goal. Lukaku, don't get me wrong. Oh my good God. The first goal he took it on, wonderful. The second goal he scored near the end of the game, again, left-footed shot. Excellent. It was just awesome. Kovacic was a proper little poacher. I think they made a mistake in defense and he was like on it in no time and kind of just went and finished it off. So yes, we got the 3 goals. Bear in mind, Lukaku barely touched the ball that whole game. I think he pretty much was on the ball, maybe twice, and he scored twice. So at least he's clinical and at least he kind of done his job.
Yeah.
But Villa caused a lot of problems, I've honestly, there was times when I thought we were going to go 1-0, possibly 1-1. I mean, I thought we might have even been down a couple of times, but somehow Chelsea gritted their way through this one, got the goals and got the win. So, I mean, I'm glad of that. And it's nice to see they managed that. But I feel like Villa threw away a lot. I feel like Villa never took their chances. And Chelsea, I don't know if it was all the international breaks and everyone was a bit tired or something or another. Maybe that's got something to do with it. But we still won 3-0. So I can't really grumble with that. It's like we got the goals, we got the points. So 3 goals, 3 points.
Those extra goals always help towards the end of the season if you're in a title race.
Definitely. And you know what? It's another home victory as well. So it's nice to kind of, give the home crowd that bit of pleasure and bit of enjoyment. So definitely. Yeah, I mean,
yes, I did see the highlights. I mean, that was where we were talking about earlier with Mendy.
Sorry, one more thing I want to sort of mention as well. Saul Niguez actually started for this one.
Oh, okay.
It was very apparent that he wasn't managing it very well. I feel like he gave the ball away. I felt like he made mistakes. When he come off, I kind of felt like the game got a bit better for us.
Okay. You think that's just because, again, first time playing in the Premier League?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's a different league.
From the Spanish league, didn't he?
It is. I mean, I think it says here 45th minute, Jorginho came on for him. And you know what? It was a different game. It was different. And Azpilicueta came on for Havertz. And he done well. Like I said, he kind of assisted. I think he assisted again on this one.
Do you think that Chelsea picked up Saul Niguez to stop some of their rivals from picking him up? Do you think? Or do you think they were deliberately after another midfielder?
I mean, the thing is, he is a proven midfielder. He is good. But at the same time, nicking a potential target of another team is let's be honest. That
happens a lot in recent years.
It does happen a lot. But, it's like going back to the Champions League. Tuchel sort of said that just there's other players that are already on the Kovacic.
Strangely enough, Saul Niguez would probably be better in Europe than he would be.
Havertz.
Yeah.
there's other players that are kind of warmed up, ready. Jorginho, there's people that are kind of very proven. They're on fire as well. They're do you know what I mean? They're firing on all cylinders, and it's kind of like, well, and so maybe just needs to put him on against some smaller teams. I don't know.
Yeah.
More training, maybe some last 20 minutes when we're in a comfortable position, that type of stuff to get him a little bit more embedded into the team and the Premiership.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, players come here and struggle. So
happens a lot. And it's that, I mean, I think he's a great player. What I don't want to see, and it does happen a lot with some of the players that come into Chelsea, they come in, they struggle, they go away, and then they might come back again in the Premier League to another team. And it does happen with Chelsea. If they decide that you're not good enough, they'll get rid of you. So, hopefully it works out on one hand because for the player, and I'd like to see him play more in the Premiership. He's a great player.
No, for sure.
But yeah, on the other hand, I don't want it to work out because I don't want Chelsea to win the title. So the longer it takes for him to embed, the better for me. Brilliant. So 4-1 Manchester United to Newcastle. I thought we were going to really struggle with this because we have struggled against Newcastle. And again, I think Ronaldo made the difference. So again, low blocking Newcastle. United got the first goal, then Newcastle got an equaliser. And then obviously Ronaldo got another goal. Fernandes scored a fantastic screamer from outside the box.
It was a great
brilliant.
Strike.
Definitely.
It was a great strike.
I feel for he's their backup keeper for Newcastle, wasn't he? Their main keeper had I think he had COVID. He was very ill. And at first, the first sort of 15, 20 minutes, he seemed all right. He was collecting the ball in the air. He was coming out and getting the ball, stopping some of the runs from our attacking players. But he did make some mistakes, and which led to both the Ronaldo goals, unfortunately. There was a shot from Greenwood that instead of just holding it, it sort of hit him at a really I think the way that Greenwood hit it, it bounced in front of the keeper, and it hit him in an awkward angle, went right across the goal, and straight in front of Ronaldo just tapped it in.
No, can I make a point about that, though?
Go for it.
It's how his brain thinks.
Yeah.
No other players. The second that shot was, if you
notice, you have
as soon
to be
as that
there.
shot was
you have
taken,
to see it. Yeah.
He was already moving.
Yeah,
he was onside. He was already moving on the off
you jumped
chance
in
that
on the
happened.
point I was going to make. Nice one.
He was so but it was just he was so prepared. It was like, wow.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that's a 36-year-old brain thinking quicker than all those other youngsters in that team.
Yeah,
and
that's what Cavani was doing as well.
Right.
It's something you see from both and now Ronaldo is when you're watching Cavani's movement off the ball and Ronaldo's movement off the ball, because United haven't had a proper number 9 for a lot. Ibrahimovic was the last time we had a proper number 9. That movement off the ball that Cavani brought the end of last season, and he was just getting goals and just throwing himself at the ball was brilliant. Ronaldo's got that as well, and you could argue that Ronaldo's got it better because it's Ronaldo. But yeah, you've got to be in that position. You've got to read it to get there. But the keeper, if the keeper had held that, Ronaldo would have been there, but the ball would have been in the keeper's hands, so it wouldn't have happened. And then the other one, he did a little fake and then smacked it because the keeper was trying to make himself wide and big, and it went straight through the keeper's legs. And no keeper wants that to happen. But yeah, I mean, it's what happened. Ronaldo got 2 goals. Fernandes got a screamer, and then Lingard got a good goal as well. It was a good little Van de Beek came on. There's a couple of little tiki-taka 1-2. Went to Lingard. He went to sort of fake pass it to, I think it was Greenwood. There was someone just to his right and he just knocked it in.
Just the inside of the right post.
Yeah.
But, do you know what? Can I say something as well?
Go for it.
I think I read an article and Lineker said that match of the day ratings were the highest they've been for a long time. And he actually contributed it to the potential that Ronaldo was in it.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, of course.
He's such a talking point. And don't forget, first game back and he scores 2 goals.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as there was news of him coming to the Premier League, everything was about Ronaldo. As soon as Ronaldo signed for United, it was all about Ronaldo. I bet a lot of people watched that first game with him playing as well. And then obviously, like we're saying, for the highlights and stuff. I mean, we were talking about Newcastle in their low block. So 64% Man United possession, 36 Newcastle. What I will say is St Maximin and who was the guy that scored?
Manquillo.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great little play, great little run, great little pass, and a good goal from Newcastle.
I rate St Maximin anyway. I think he's a wicked little player.
He's by far their best player.
You're going to tell me he's 6 foot now? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He's 7'1". Yeah, so United had 21 shots, 7 on target. So United had 644 passes. Newcastle had 365. Yeah, I mean, in defense of Newcastle, they're one of the better teams in the league at parking the bus. So it took United a while to break through that. And we really struggled with that in previous seasons, which is why I predicted it to be a difficult game. I think Ronaldo made a hell of a difference in that game. He created because a lot of people have been, there's a lot, I mean, it's always going to happen. And he signed for United, so he's going to come under even more pressure. And I think he's used to it anyway. But he makes chances. He's bloody fast. Because people say he's lost his legs. So I think what they mean by that is he can't do the sprinting for 90 minutes that he used to do. But there was someone that did the counter and he still got over 20 miles an hour when he did that sprint and sprinted past the defender.
Well, so the second goal he got, they weren't catching him on that, were they?
Exactly. So he's still got that burst of speed, even if he's not doing the high press sprinting that the other teams do. And I mean, I get that he's 36, so 36, not 38. So
36.
Yeah, I mean so I mean it did make all of the difference. And Greenwood as well. Greenwood's got that selfish I want to score as well. If Greenwood didn't take that shot that the keeper deflected, that goal wouldn't have gone in. It sort of started it all really.
Yeah,
so I enjoyed that. It was a great
start. I'm not surprised.
So the next game that moves us on, takes us on to predictions. What do you want to do first? United game or Chelsea game? Yeah, let's do the Chelsea one. So Chelsea versus, who are Chelsea against?
Okay, well, Chelsea are going to... Where do Spurs play?
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Is that what it's called? I was going to say White Hart Lane.
Someone buys
it is it?
Yeah, no, it was literally built on top of White Hart Lane, where they knocked it down.
Is that where it is?
It's the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And I think until they're waiting for someone to pay them to name it, probably. Like King Power and
I see what you mean.
Sorry, Etihad and Emirates.
Yes, off to Spurs come Sunday 4:30.
That's a big one.
It is. Again, I'd expect Chelsea to win it. Expect Chelsea to win everything.
Out of all the teams you've played, they're the only ones that so far that could probably take a point off you.
Potentially, but I'm not gonna go as extravagant. Not as extravagant on this one. I'm actually going to say 2-1. Or a 1-0. This is that typical 1-0, 2-1 sort of.
You got to grind the result.
Yeah, basically grind the result out of this.
Yeah.
Probably it'll be nice if we speak next week and like we smash them 5-0 or something. But for me, I kind of see it like a 1 goal in it. And do you know what? That 1 goal could easily go either way as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It really could. If they get a goal first, we got to get 2 goals quick time. Do you know what I mean? Just to kind of put the pressure back on.
He's got a knack of playing the big teams really well, even when he was managing Wolves. Didn't win all of his games against the bigger clubs, but his tactics are fairly sound as well. So it'd be a good one. I mean, I want to see 1-1 in that game personally. But realistically, it does tilt towards Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea got a better squad. It's just how it is, and there's not too much in it because Tottenham are in a shout for the sort of top 4 or 5 teams in the league. But Chelsea, I would say again, we've gone over this ground before, that I think they're first or second in the Premier League in terms of squad. So
I still struggle with the lineup, though. I have to be honest. I mean, James is still out because he got a straight red, so I think there's 2 more games he's got to miss out on. Saúl Ñíguez, I don't think he'll start.
Yeah, I can't see it.
I can't see him starting against. No, he struggled against Villa at home. So what it's going to be like going to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, whatever it's called.
It's ridiculous. They're built on White Hart Lane. Call it New White Hart Lane. Why don't call it New White Hart Lane? That sounds so much better.
Ziyech could start. I mean, Mount for sure. Lukaku sitting up front. Alonso seems to be doing well. Kovacic, Jorginho. It's whether you're going to have Azpilicueta. It's whether you've got Hudson-Odoi. You've got You've got various amounts of. It's that whole thing about, again, we don't know what's going on in training. You don't know, is he going to do some rotation? We've not even put Chilwell on. The whole.
Really? Wow.
We've got a fantastic
A decent
left back
player
there.
as well.
Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Winger, left back, whatever you want to call him, and he's not even started. I don't think he's even played any minutes yet.
So you think it's still going to be the 3-4-3?
I do feel like we're going to be at the three at the back. It seems to be working. And actually, with Mendy in goal, we probably just need one defender anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's proven
we don't need any other defenders. Just Mendy will just stop everything coming in. He just bounces over there.
He's proven that he's reliable at the back in goal, and then that gives the defenders more confidence as well.
He's commanding. He commands his goal. That's the thing about it. I'm pretty sure though there was a point that in one of the was it the game in the Champions League, or was it against Villa? I know he came out, but I think one of our defenders was still there anyway. Right. Kind of got in there and just kind of create the block. But yeah, it's kind of it's just difficult. Rodiger, he's doing well. I mean, Christensen can easily come in. Defense-wise, again, we've got options. We've definitely got options. Midfield, we've got options. Up front, Lukaku. I mean, that's a given. That's the one place I can 100%. Well, apart from Lukaku and Mendy, so almost like everybody else can get just mushed around. And definitely. So I just can't pick a team this year. Normally, it's like,
who's captain for Chelsea at the moment?
Jorginho,
right? Okay. Yeah, well, he'll be playing
Jorginho. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The thing was, he didn't start the Villa game. I thought, unless Azpilicueta's the captain. Do you know what? I'm getting a bit.
Yeah, because he's been there a while. So
now he has. So he'd definitely be worthy of it. I'm not sure. I couldn't actually answer that right now, but definitely either him or Jorginho.
So. Yeah, it should be an interesting game. I mean, you'd expect the normal sort of lineup from Spurs. I mean, he seems to favour Dyer, same as Mourinho did. He seems, and I wonder, Dyer, because Dyer speaks Portuguese, doesn't he, as well? And I don't know if that's a part of it. Because Dyer is, a lot of people take the piss out of Dyer, but he's fairly solid. He does make a few mistakes, but I think he's fairly solid.
He's definitely solid. Yeah, he's tough. He's a tough man.
And I like Højbjerg. He's really physical in midfield. I thought it was a surprise when they got rid of Sissoko, because he was always quite a good defensive midfielder, very physical. And obviously they got Moura, they've got Kane, they've got Bergwijn, so they're doing well up front. And Son is he still out?
I was just about to say it's whether he's still out or not. I don't know.
But even if he's back, they might have him on the bench and then come on to try and make an impact, because if he's coming back from injury, they might not play him straight away. Yeah,
because he wasn't involved at all for the Palace game.
I'm hoping 1-1.
Come on, Chelsea. Well, I'm hoping 2-1 at least. At least 1-0 will be better. At least it's a clean sheet. But
it's probably going to be a really tough. Again, like we're saying, it's going to be a grind out for Chelsea. Really.
But do you know what? If Chelsea can grind it out and take the 3 points again, happy days. As long as we don't lose all 3 points and at least take 1 point, even away to Tottenham, it's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still say you're dropping 2 points if you're trying to win the Premier League. It's dropping 2 points. I mean, you could argue if you were playing City, Liverpool, or United, that 1-1 that's fair enough. But again, as good as Spurs are, you'd expect Chelsea with the squad that they have to win.
Yeah,
so we shall see. Right, so United, West Ham. We're playing West Ham twice. Once in the Premier League on Sunday, and then in the Carabao Cup on Wednesday. Wednesday, which I'm going up to Old Trafford to watch. So I'm looking forward to that. But that'll be in our next video, coming out on Tuesday. But yeah, for this weekend, we're going down to, where do West Ham play? It's the old Olympic Stadium, isn't it? What's it called?
Olympic Village? I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, we're so bad with these things that we should know.
We are.
It's got to be on here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. London Stadium. Very
is that
inventive.
What it is now?
Yeah, very creative. Okay. Cool. So we're going down to London Stadium to play West Ham. Again, more so than Newcastle, we struggle against West Ham. So this is where I half expect us to come off a bad game against Newcastle. I mean, the Champions League doesn't really mean anything going into this, to be quite frank. Wan-Bissaka is going to be in the team. That's how it is. He's our best right back. he would have learned from his mistake. Unless Solskjaer is ruthless and puts Delo in there, I can't see it happening. Yes, so it's a tough game against West Ham. This is one for us where we're going to have to grind out a result. This is normally where I go, oh, it might be 1-0 or 1-1 or 1-0. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to say 2-0 to United this time.
West Ham did actually draw against Southampton at the weekend, though, as well.
I know,
and Antonio got a red card.
There's a lot of red cards at the moment.
No, but
this happened a few seasons ago. There was just tons and tons of red cards.
Hang on a minute. Antonio's their main striker, right? Now, as it's a domestic card, does that mean the League Cup game in the week would be the one that he can miss and then he'll be back for the Premiership? Or because it's the Premiership, does that mean he'll miss the Premiership next week?
Yeah, I mean, if Antonio's out, that's only a plus for us. I can't speak too much for West Ham in terms of that. I mean, Moyes has got them playing really well. Yeah, it's not saying if he's.
And they bolstered the defense up, didn't they? They got Zuma.
Yeah, I mean, they've got tons of good players, especially midfield. They've got Rice, Souček. Bowen is a big threat on the wing, especially in the last game we played him. Fornells is a good player. I don't rate Mark Noble at all, but he's been there a long time. Like you're saying, Kurt Zuma, they got Cresswell. Yeah, I mean, and in goal they've got Fabianski, and they've got Areola as well. I mean, they're both seasoned Premier League keepers. We struggle against West Ham, but again, this is one, if we want to challenge, we've got to grind it out. So I'm saying 2-0.
Yeah, for sure.
1 goal from Ronaldo and 1 goal from Greenwood. That's what I reckon.
You just expect Ronaldo to score every game now, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, his scoring stat is 1.84 per game.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's ridiculous. Yeah. It won't be. He's not going to score every game. That's how it is. But he does get you that goal. So in these kind of matches. So I expect us to beat West Ham because there's no excuses. Also, you just lost to young boys. There's got to be a bit. You've got to turn around to the players as a manager and go, right, what the fuck was that? 2 mistakes led us to lose a game we shouldn't lose. West Ham are a team we should really beat. Yeah.
Hey, just to throw it out there, Lukaku's goal scoring record at the moment in the Premiership's not looking too bad either. You know.
Again, they'll be the 2 highest goal scorers in the league. It's just how it is, and obviously, he's got a bone of contention in that because when they were both in Italy last season, Ronaldo scored more goals than him. Ronaldo was a top scorer. So now Lukaku's back in the Premier League and Ronaldo's in the Premier League. It's the same thing as on again. Because that at the end of the league, if someone, the pundits will make a big point of it. If Lukaku doesn't score as many goals as Ronaldo, and they spent the entire season saying he's 36, he's not as good as he was, he doesn't have legs, but all of a sudden he scored more than Lukaku. Then because they've been putting Ronaldo down all season, they're going to turn around and have to put Lukaku down. It's just a very weird way that they do it. I mean, they're always going to be, so in terms of lineup, fairly similar again. I would say De Gea in net, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw at back. McTominay's still out, so I think it will be Fred and Pogba. And then I think you will have Fernandes, Sancho on the left, Greenwood on the right, and then Ronaldo up front. It kind of picks itself at the moment because Rashford is out and McTominay's out. So that's what it is at its strongest. I don't think you're going to see Donny in this game. I think you'll see Van der Beek against West Ham in the Carabao Cup. So, I mean, we'll do that in the next video. But yeah, I'm expecting 2-0. It needs to be United to grind out this result. We struggle when we go down to the London Stadium. It sounds really weird saying London Stadium. There's just how do you build a history at the London Stadium or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I get that.
Very
strange. What? There isn't
very really American.
There isn't any other real games that sort of shout out to me at the moment. I mean, Arsenal are away to Burnley. Anything could happen. Palace are home to Palace. I mean, Palace are home to Palace. Liverpool are home to Palace. What Palace home to Palace? Liverpool home to Palace.
I expect. I'd love Palace to put up a really good fight and take 2 points off of Liverpool and get a draw. I'd take 1 point off of Liverpool and get a draw. But you know what? I expect Liverpool to slap them.
5:30 game on Saturday. Villa Everton. I reckon that would be a meaty one.
Battle for best of the rest.
Yeah, no, seriously. That sort of mid-table to top end. But,
that anything from 8th to 5th.
The arrogance from the top 4 teams are just like nuts, man.
And it more so at the moment because the biggest four are standing out. It's just how it is. Who are Arsenal playing? Arsenal are playing Burnley, aren't they? So
They
they're
are.
Turf Moor as well, aren't they? Come on,
They
Burnley.
are. They're away.
Come on, Burnley.
Yeah.
I have to. No, I won't be driving past Turf Moor this time. I won't be driving past Turf Moor this time. It's the other side. Yeah,
Do you know,
again.
do you know Everton are actually sitting above City at the moment? I mean, it's not going to last like that, but Everton are actually They are.
Can't look at
above.
the table at the moment. Means
I know.
nothing.
God, I still like looking. I still like seeing what's going on. You know.
Yeah, I mean, again, you expect Arsenal to beat Burnley, but Arsenal are really struggling at the moment. I think Burnley should go for it.
I don't know if you could just see that bottom bit there.
L. Yes, so that's the Premier League. Is there any other games you want to talk about? Anything, any sort of twists or turns you think will happen?
No, do you know what? I think for me, it's just kind of waiting for that last game on the Sunday afternoon, really. I'm looking forward to that one.
Brilliant.
I'm looking forward to that. And do you know what? I think I'm going to miss the game before, but I wouldn't mind watching the West Ham and United game as well. I feel like that could be a good game. Could be an interesting one. But match of the day, I'll catch up with what I can. So.
Yeah, and obviously because we're playing them twice, it'd be interesting to see if the result's different in the second game as well. Brilliant. Like, share, and subscribe. Check out our other video. It's on Tuesday, but we normally come out on Friday. So we're going to do something a bit different now because we're getting more and more games. Where can they find you?
Boycie's Bricks and Bits. Boycie's Bricks and Bits.
Boycie's Bricks and Bits. I'm at SlySR on Twitter. And we are What a Load of DRI on Twitter. So feel free to send us questions or go, if you're not, you don't like Chelsea United, or you want to like something that we've done, feel free to let us know. We want to try and do stuff people are interested in as well. And yes, we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Take care, buddy.
Entropy is going like it wants to release this quantum shift ain't gonna get me.